This phone has a secret you don't see anywhere else. It has a simple toggle that turns it into a book reader. Its display is built for eye comfort and mimics an e-ink display without the downsides. It is not only completely anti-glare, but also filters out blue light, which is known for creating eye strain. This is the fourth generation of the NXTPAPER series, called the NXTPAPER 70 Pro from TCL, a company known for some genuinely wild display tech, and it costs only €299. This video is sponsored by TCL, but all opinions are my own. The Full HD Plus 1080 by 2340 pixels 6.9-inch display of this phone is very different from what we've used to. It uses a multi-layer LCD diffusion system designed to mimic the look and feel of an e-ink display, and the first thing you notice is the texture. When you touch it, it feels more like paper than glass. Also, next to a phone like the iPhone 17 Pro Max, you can see it is not reflecting almost any light, similar to what we see on an e-ink display. That diffusion system does a few important things. First, it significantly reduces blue light, which is often linked to sleep disruption and eye strain. Then it creates a softer, low-contrast image that allows the phone to be readable at very low brightness levels. Your brain almost interprets it as a paper rather than a screen. Another thing I really appreciate is that the phone utilizes DC dimming to ensure a stable and comfortable viewing with no flickering across all brightness levels, even during extended use. What's also interesting is how this phone approaches distraction. There is a physical switch on the side that lets you change the display behavior instantly. One mode is Max Ink mode, which basically turns the phone into an e-reader. Notifications are disabled, battery life is maximized, and with a large 6.9-inch display, reading books on this phone is genuinely enjoyable. I use this mode quite often, and the battery life in this mode is also insanely high. There is also Ink Paper mode, which turns everything black and white. I don't use that one much, but it is there. The mode I use the most is Color Paper mode. It slightly dulls the colors and reduces saturation, making the display much less stimulating. I usually turn it on in the evening when I want my brain to start winding down, and I really like that all of this is controlled by a dedicated switch instead of a menu. You can also use the T-Pen Magic Stylus that comes with the official case. It does have palm rejection, and it is also pressure sensitive. The T-Pen Magic Stylus can be attached to the back of minimalistic but good-looking case. The case can also be used as a phone stand, and you can leave it on the table to watch content both vertically and horizontally. The phone comes in 256 and 512 GB variants for storage, but you can install a micro SD card separately up to 2 TB if you want to. The fingerprint scanner is on the side, and it does work reliably in my tests. The phone that I got is in the color Stellar Blue, and it weighs 208 grams. It is also IP68 rated, similar to other flagship phones like the iPhone 17 Pro. On the back of the phone, there is a flicker sensor and a camera housing including 2 cameras, an ultra-wide and a wide one. The wide camera is 50 megapixel, 1 divided by 1.56 inch, f1.8, which is very typical spec on a phone and is similar to what you get on the iPhone 17, for example. It has a very specific color science, and I feel it also looks a bit papery and artsy, as you can see here. The colors are not overly vibrant, and the picture has a soft touch to it. You can also use portrait mode, as I did here with Maria, to create a stronger background blur. You can also take 4K 30 frames per second videos with the phone, and it also has optical image stabilization for more stable footage. The ultra-wide camera on the phone is an 8 megapixel one with autofocus. This can also create nice looking pictures when you want to fit more into the frame. Of course, you can also use the selfie camera to take selfies, and it is wide enough to fit multiple people in the frame, or just you if you are good looking enough to take selfies of yourself. Battery-wise, the phone has a 5200 mAh battery, and the charging speed is 33 watts. Since the chipset is not power hungry, You can easily get a full day of battery with the phone, probably more than what you can get on the other flagship phones. But if you use the e-ink mode, you can get a much longer battery life, and according to TCL, it is up to 7 days of battery in immersive reading and 26 days in standby. In daily use, I found it to be smooth, especially since the phone doesn't run with a bunch of extra bloatware on it. For example, the phone can run smoothly between different programs. It is also running Android 16, which means you can use two apps at the same time, side by side, like any other Android phone. If you swipe from the top right side, you will go to the quick settings, and if you swipe from the left side, you will access notifications, again like almost any other Android phone these days. There are not many pre-installed apps on the phone, but there are some useful ones that are driven by AI. For example, you can use the Smart Translate feature by selecting the app from the app drawer. There are also a bunch of useful tools when you swipe from the side and hold for a second. Like, you can use the magnification feature to make parts of the screen larger. This is useful when you are reading comic books. They also support many AI features that are not gimmicks but help with productivity. You can access most of them in the toolbar. The first one that I use often is the Smart Voice Memo. It is simply a voice recorder feature that is powered by AI. It creates a transcript of your speech even if there are multiple speakers. Then it summarizes the transcript for you in a separate tab and can create a to-do list. It supports a wide range of languages. Then there's a real-time subtitle feature. What it does is that you can simply see the translation of the conversations happening around you in real time in your own language. Here you can see that I am talking in English and the phone is translating whatever I say in real time to German. It does support Gemini like other Android phones. You can hold the power button to activate Gemini and ask a question you want, like how the weather is or more complex problems. The other interesting AI feature is the Writing Assist tool. As an example, imagine you want to write an email to someone. Here, instead of writing a long stretch of text, you can just give a few sentences and the phone will create a nice email draft for you. The other Android feature that this phone supports is Circle to Search, which is one of my favorite features on a phone. You can hold the bottom of the screen and activate Circle to Search, then draw a circle on your screen, and Google will do a reverse search on the picture for you. Overall, the TCL NXTPAPER 70 Pro is a decent phone with an affordable price tag. The 4th generation TCL paper-like display protects your eyes, so you can look at the screen for hours, reading books and doing productivity tasks. The camera and performance are on par with other mid-range phones. If you enjoyed this video, watch a video about TCL NXTPAPER 60 Ultra, which has been my main phone for a few months now. Thanks for tuning into Tecmo, and I will see you in the next one.